Hello YouTube, Size17 here, but you can just call me Travis, and welcome back to another collection update. Nothing to talk about before we get into it, so let's just do that. In the background, we are listening to Cluster Buster, Midnight Maimer. The CD didn't have the cover art, so I printed it out here. The printer kind of was running out of ink, so it's kind of not exact, or it's kind of, you know, the moon especially is kind of washed out or whatever, but you get the idea. Awesome synthwave stuff. 2 weeks in a row with synthwave in the background. I've been into it, so that's what we're listening to in the background. Alright, yeah, let's start off with a compilation. Never thought that would probably happen. This is the LFDM USBM compilation. Just came out from LFDM, an awesome label that I'm really into lately. Out from Quebec, Canada. Here's the side A, the side B, limited to 303 copies. It's still available. I'm actually kind of surprised it's still available because there's some, you know, some well-known names on here. Leviathan, Krieg, and then fairly newcomers, both Haunt and Birth, or Birth, I'm not sure how you pronounce it. It has 2 Y's in it. Those are the only 4 artists that I was familiar with prior to getting this, but specifically with Leviathan, that I would only need that one. But I like Krieg, and then Haunt and Birth, I've been into them too. So yeah, wanted to pick this up. You can see all the logos here in the front there. Yeah. Obviously, all of these artists are from the United States. You know, only listened to this a couple times, so, you know, kind of just have sort of visceral opinions at this point. Was kind of disappointed in the Leviathan song. It was okay, but it didn't do anything that I was like, oh yeah, Leviathan or anything. It's kind of the same with the Krieg track. Just kind of thought it was okay. I thought the Birth track was very solid. Really liked that one. And then to start off the B-side, the Haunt track, I thought that was the best one of the 4 bands that I already knew. Yeah. Also, other bands on here. White Worm, really liked that song. That was a great one. True Love, that was another one that I really liked. Unrest was the other last band on the A side, and then on the B side we got Black Fucking Cancer. That one was pretty solid. One Master, Ekferis, that one was pretty okay too, and then like Hag, Grafe. So yeah, a bunch of bands that I wasn't familiar with, and I've only listened to a couple times, so need to invest some more, but pretty cool stuff. Yeah, definitely jump on this soon if you haven't already, because I imagine it'll be gone soon. But pretty cool stuff. Not usually one to buy compilations, but I thought, you know, been into this label, into some of these bands, and you know, why not? At the same time, I thought I'd pick something else up, and he had gotten into, you know, a stock of random things, and this immediately piqued my interest, so I had it added to my cart, and was glad that I was able to snag it. Sorry, Whitefield Vinyl, I saw that he was wanting to get it, and it was sold out. I don't know how many copies he had, maybe it was just the one, so it might have been me, sorry. But yeah, this Necomantic Worship, this is, always forget it, The Spirit of the Entrance unto Death. This is a 2-piece black metal band from the Netherlands. This is a 2015 demo, put out through Nuclear War Now. Yeah, you know, I hadn't really ever listened to this band. I just saw the cover, and it sort of jogged a memory I had of Eli, of Dark Hymns of the Cold North, speaking positively about it, so thought, what the hell. And yeah, I was really happy with the result. This is really cool. It's kind of like a bestial black metal, bestial black metal. Sort of like, you know, it's like a perverted ceremony-ish, except that it's very like bass driven. The guitar and the drums are there in the mix too, but they're very low, just kind of enough to like kind of fill the sound. I mean, it's really super bass driven. Surprisingly, it's super cool sounding. The vocals are cool. They kind of are that black metal guttural thing. The bestial grunting. And then, you know, at times they're bringing in some lead solo guitar work, which is kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, just the bass-driven nature of this is really, really cool. I want to pick up the other demo release they have also out through Nuclear War now, called The Calling. This band's actually split up now, unfortunately, because at least based on this release, it's super, super cool stuff. Definitely at least check this out. I'll leave links as I always do, because it's, you know, it's that kind of perverted ceremony, you know, sound, but in a very the bass is really driving it, and that it's just a really cool, unique take on that kind of style. So yeah, Necomantic worship, spirit of the interest unto death. Alright, while we're on black metal, let's stick with that. And finally glad to have this. Ordered this back in January out on Pest Productions. So that's on me, as Pest is notoriously very, very slow. This is Celephaïs or Celephaïs Monad. This is a German black metal band, atmospheric black metal, a little bit of kind of like post black metal kind of sound to it. This was released late last year, like September, I think. I didn't actually hear it till just after the new year when the CD came out. And yeah, this definitely would have made my my top list. This is a great, cool album. Like I said, atmospheric black metal with the post black metal, you know, sound to it as well. No vocals. You know, it really just it relies on the guitar work, which, you know, creates that really great atmospheric black metal sound. Very melodic at times with the guitars. The drums, I'm almost certain, are programmed, so it even kind of you know, if you don't like that kind of programmed drum sound, I think the guitars will still lift above that and wow you with their amazingness. Yeah, not really much to the digipack other than, you know, just cool picture, which I'm sure is what initially drew me to the release. Yeah, apparently the snow in China mixed with Chinese New Year made it so it took like 3 months for it to arrive to my doorstep, even though I've had several orders from China in between that arrived much quicker. But again, on me. Yeah, great album. If you're into any of that kind of the US black metal, post black metal sound, you know, anything Falls of Royals, Wolves on the Throne Room, anything sort of in that kind of nature, definitely check this out. I think you'll probably be into this. It's really, really cool. And yeah, it's a super long song, some of them even over 10 minutes long. And yeah, I really think it never really gets boring or anything like that. It's just super great guitar work. Definitely recommended. Celephaïs with Monad. Alright, one more metal album. This is finally decided. It's been a while since I had picked up released by this artist, so came across one for a really good price, and I could not resist grabbing it. That is this is Blood Freak with Squalor. Blood Freak are a grindcore death metal band out of Oregon. Maniac Neil, the guitarist, vocals, and sort of the main guy of this project. You might also maybe be aware of him. He had 2 albums out with a band called Frightmare, which is an awesome band. Definitely recommend that band as well. Yeah, this is the 5th album by this band, out on Willowtip. Their CD is. This is like, what, 2014, I think. I have a few of the releases, maybe three of the albums. I guess 4 now with this one. I picked up Sleaze Merchants, which is the first one and my favorite. And with that one, it's very grindcore. And by the time we're getting into Squalor, the band has definitely shifted to a much more overall death metal sound. There's definitely a lot of grind influence going on still here, but the death metal has definitely overtaken, and we were kind of seeing that happen anyway on what's the last one, Mindscraper, that came up before this. But yeah, definitely some carcassy kind of sounding stuff going on. Yeah, just you know, mid-tempo stuff, not always going super fast. The fast stuff is still happening, but definitely not all the time. Definitely got some brutal, more slower tempo stuff going on, which is cool. I like it. All sorts of different style of vocals. Maniac Neil's riffs are, you know, what's always really bringing me to this band. Really interesting. Always changing it up, keeping me interested with what's going on with the guitars. Yeah, I need to, there was one that came out last year. I need to listen to that and pick it up. And then actually I need to pick up the second one, which I can't recall. It's like Live Fast, Die Young or something. And then there's more. I need to pick up that one too. This band's pretty cool. Definitely check them out if you're into sort of grindcore death metal, you know, samples, that kind of thing. If you're into Razorback fans, definitely check this out. I think you'll be into it. Yeah, Blood Freak, Squalor. Alright. No more metal, sorry. So this is the synthwave portion of the video. Sort of, this first one. I've already talked about this album several times. It made my top 30 list of last year, actually at number 3. It was maybe notably so, being that it was actually a 2016 release, like December 22nd or something it came out. But it was so awesome that I had to make my list, obviously at number 3. And it came out with a tape version, and since I'm a collector scum, had to have it. And yeah, that's Magic Dance, as you can see with the shirt. With Vanishings, awesome. He was originally a synthwave project, sort of incorporated a sort of AOR rock 80s sound, and really destroyed it out of the park on this Vanishings album. I mean, I don't know where I would put it, but you know, it's in the one of my favorite albums of all time, you know, territory. It's a really, really great album. I really felt that the cassette fit the kind of the style of the release, so that's one of the main reasons why I had to have it on cassette. Kind of wish the color was cooler than the kind of creamy gray white, but you know, what you gonna do? That's really, can't complain about it. Limited to 50 copies. Not a whole lot going on, just song titles here. But nevertheless, very happy to pick it up. Actually picked up 2 copies because I wanted to kind of, I don't know, control where these were going. So I'll give that away at some point. I don't know how or when or why or whatever, but it'll happen. Really great stuff. Definitely check this out if you haven't already. I just really love this release. New album from this band coming out later this year sometime. So stay tuned for that. I'll definitely be talking about it when it happens. But yeah, Vanishings, Magic Dance. Good stuff. Check it out. All right, this is a new release out on Blood Music. Kind of talked about it very briefly last week. This is Hollywood Burns with Invaders. This is a synthwave project. Kind of has a little bit of a electronic bent to it, but synthwave is what we're going to call it, generally speaking, because that's generally speaking what it is. I don't Blood Music if I didn't already say that. I might have, but I can't remember. This is really cool, really great stuff. Super energetic. Has lots of cool like UFO, alien whistling sounds, and kind of just extra sound effects and stuff that kind of really brings the release full circle. Really like it. This is a project out of France, I believe, if I remember correctly. The second to last track, Survivors, has vocals, which is pretty cool. I tend to like the synthwave, the tracks, because typically synthwave doesn't have vocals at all. But on occasion, there will be a track or a few tracks that have vocals, and I tend to like those ones. Survivor is no different. I like that one. It's pretty cool. It's not to say that I wish that I can't really decide if I wish the synthwave had vocals on every track or not. But I don't know. Maybe it's the scarcity of the vocals that makes me enjoy it. I'm not sure. But anyway, in this scenario, I should probably fix this so it actually take it out so you can see the full picture. It's pretty cool looking. So yeah, anyway, like I said, on Survivors, has vocals. I like that one. If you're into synthwave or anything, or just want to check out something kind of cool and upbeat and fun, Hollywood Burns, Invaders. I think he might have other stuff, but I haven't listened to it. I should, obviously, but you know how it is. Endless amounts of music. Hollywood Burns, Invaders, Blood Music, new release. Okay, I'm done. Oh yeah, I did want to share. I just saved the hype sticker just because I thought it was interesting. Hollywood Burns fuses the best of 1980s dark synth and 1950s science fiction. A stunning amalgam of Jerry Goldsmith Gremlins and Bernard Herrmann's Day the Earth Stood Still. Sorry. I also liked it because he uses the word amalgam, which is a word that I personally am into. So yeah, if that sounds interesting, listen to it. Alright, more synthwave. That was my, crow noise? I don't know what that was. Anyway, more synthwave. This is Jeremiah Kane, The New Dawn. This is a synthwave project out of Poland, a one-man project. Self-released. Came with some Jeremiah Kane stickers. Yeah, just cool synthwave. Just really like it. Again, this one, the song "Love Me" has vocals featuring who's this? Night Run 87. I don't know if that's actually who is doing the vocals, but I'll assume that is who it is. Really great track. Like that one a lot. Also, Beach Patrol, Midnight Echo, Night Moon. The whole album, but those ones in particular are pretty cool. Yeah, I just really like this release a lot. One of the better synthwave albums that I've come across. And yeah, I really like the art as well. So yeah, Jeremiah Kane, The New Dawn, good stuff. Alright, one more. Synthwave. This is Red Lights by Exiles. This is a synthwave kind of pop band. Actually, they're doing a lot of synthwave stuff, but the songs are sort of rooted in pop music. Anyway, they're out of Ireland. They're like a 3-piece, I think, maybe. 4-track EP. I like all the songs, although Holding You is kind of ballady, and I typically don't like ballads. For a ballad, it's pretty good. I do wish it was like the last track, maybe, because being that it's the second track, it sort of ruins the flow, especially since I really do like all the 3 other songs. It really kind of kills the flow, but whatever. It is what it is. Marvel Sir Meatwad was pointing out to me that tons of the albums I was buying had cars in the front, like this Jeremiah Kane does. And anything else that I have this week? No. But yeah, that's definitely a fast cars driving on the highway with your synthwave. It's a very commonly used synthwave trope, I've noticed. So this Exiles is no different. Self-released, if I didn't say that. Yeah, good stuff. Hopefully I'll hear more from this band in the future. This came out, I don't know, 2016. So, maybe full length soon. I saw they released like a remix of the song Red Lights this year, but nothing new. But anyway, regardless, pretty cool 4-track EP. Exiles, Red Lights. Alright, that's it for this week. Thanks for watching. Thanks for subscribing. If you're familiar with any of these releases, please let me know what you think of them. And otherwise, have a good day.